Oh, can you hear us?
I can,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Oh, that's because. Oh, see? Y- And we're going live with friends like us. I am here. I'm Marina Franklin. And this is.
Evelyn Frick.
I love singing and starting the show with great energy because it's raining outside. Did you get up early this morning or what did you do today?
No, I say well, because like whenever it's like rainy, like it always just makes me so like tired and like want to stay in.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, no, I slept in a little bit this morning, and then I've just kind of been around the apartment. My dad is going to be in town visiting,
That
so
hot dad of yours.
he just
Real.
turned 64. He does not look a day over 50.
No, I
He
remember.
Yeah, it's really quite shocking, and I hope to inherit his aging genes. But yeah, so we're just gonna hang out. He's in town, because there's this documentary about a band from the 70s that he really likes,
What band?
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Is this like alternative? Like, it's so funny because when I was on the road with Sarah, she kept bringing up these different bands. I was like, now this is a part of white culture I don't know.
It's like they are kind of like jazz rock, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, I like
blood, sweat, and tears.
years. Yeah, it's I hadn't really heard of them before, but yeah, there's this documentary that's playing at NYU this weekend, that he wants to go see. So yeah, it's nice to have him in town, especially when it's like so gloomy.
Do you listen to your dad's music? Does he influence your taste?
Oh, totally. Yeah. My dad, like, he has always like prided himself on like having like a huge record collection and like being really into music. And he's like very, very into jazz. So like when I was really little, like is when he first started playing like Miles Davis and like John Coltrane for me. Like I used to like fall asleep every night
Ooh,
as a little kid to Miles Davis.
I
Um,
love it because my
it's
dad
so
played
good.
Miles Davis too.
It's so good, and like it was the Kind of Blue album, and so like now whenever I hear that music, it makes me kind of sleepy, because I went to bed listening to it as a kid. But yeah, so no, totally, he's definitely influenced me like in that way, and listening to jazz. And then yeah, what else? He's yeah super big into jazz, like Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, um and yeah, like other like older stuff that I probably like would like from like the 60s, 70s, 80s that like I wouldn't have like heard on my own as like a person growing up in like the 90s, 2000s. So like I don't know, like
Mhm.
Prince, Elton John, like people like that. So yeah, I'd say I definitely have like a slightly older taste in music because my dad.
Good for you. Elton John. Oh god. I just recently discovered a new song from Elton John
Oh really?
from that movie that you were recommending about Her. Was it Her?
Oh wait.
Where the guy plays all the different characters of men, or is it called Men?
Oh, I don't know.
It was some movie you told me to watch, and I remember this guy, he plays all the different types of, like, genres of men that we can't stand
That's so
against,
funny.
like, one actress, and there's a song in there, and like, took a lot of the music from that movie.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I'm gonna try to pull it up later, but Elton John is, like, one of my favorites. I love.
So, so good. I was visiting my parents when his like big last like US concert happened in LA, and it was like they streamed it over something. So I watched it with my parents, which was like so, so great.
What about, I've been on this, who have I been listening to lately? Why am I blanking? This is what happens when you get older. It's just it's there, but it's not there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the one that I'm in a New York mood, the
Oh.
greatest of Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, that's
No, that's
been
really
happening to
cool.
me a lot lately. It'll be right there, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta stop smoking weed," or, like, "I need to go to a doctor and check out." Billy Joel, like, I've just been on a Billy Joel kick.
Me too. I don't know what happened. Like, I didn't listen to Billy Joel a lot when I was, like, growing up, and then, like, I don't know, I turned 25, and then I started listening, like, I don't know, I've listened to Vienna, like, on repeat a lot recently. I don't know why, but it's just something about, like,
It
me,
calms
like, getting
me.
older. Yeah, it's, like, very calming, to listen to him play the piano and sing.
Mike is like he said, "It's the Juskow influence." Let's not bring him up until we have to. Sujay said the movie is called It's Called Men. Yes, yeah,
Man. Oh, I
Men.
actually haven't heard of it.
I think you told me to watch it.
What?
I remember you telling me to watch it, and I watched it, and I was like, "Okay, Imma check this out."
Huh. Wait, what is this?
Unless you're just joking, Sujay, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
No, it is called Men. I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was an interesting little film there. It, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah, totally.
Kenya, welcome, Kenya, all the way from Kenya. Thank you, Ivan. Hello,
Awesome.
Cello, South Africa, Pretoria. Whoa, love you back. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank
And thank you. Let's see here. We got Sarah, Ivan, Mike, Dickatu, Cello. Welcome, Timothy from Botswana. Oh my goodness.
wow.
Whenever I open it up to Facebook, that's when I get all of the fans from like all over the world.
That's
It's
incredible.
it gives me hope for Meta.
Yeah, honestly.
What did you think about the TikTok
Oh
stuff?
my gosh. That I mean, I've watched clips from the congressional hearing, and it's just so clear that, like, the Congress people don't know what they're talking about or don't, like, fully understand what's happening. Like, I know the thing for me is that, like, I don't really make TikToks. I just will, like, go on and, like, scroll. So, like, if I don't have access to TikTok, whatever. But recently I saw that, like, some, I don't know, like, critic or academic that I follow online was like, "Yeah, this bill that they're promoting isn't, like, just about TikTok. Like, it's about generally controlling, like, what kinds of internet content we're allowed to see."
Right.
Which I think
Interesting.
is
That's so weird.
scary.
That's
It gets into
scary.
really, big
China.
brothery territory.
Sounds like Russia and China.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think this bill is a good thing. But watching the congressional hearings, definitely, I did laugh while watching it because this poor, like, Chinese CEO, like, trying to explain how Wi-Fi and, like, the internet works to these, like, older people was just like it wasn't happening.
Yeah, there's like viral TikToks of them showing clips that of them
Yeah,
asking him to look at a clip, and it's just of a girl talking about lip gloss that costs like $1.
I know.
It's stuff like that, but it's also see, I am torn because I do feel like there is a certain age where you do need to limit
Yeah,
the usage of TikTok with kids because you have those the suicides
yeah,
and you have the misinformation and you do have the robbing of cars like
yeah.
people learning how to rob cars through TikTok and all
Whoa.
kinds of violence. I mean, everything has the potential.
Yeah.
AI is going to be they need to get ahead of that one.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Because I don't know if you saw this, but they're talking about AI writing scripts.
Yes, I saw that. That's, like, actually a conversation I've been having at work as well, because, like, the other day, actually, like, not, like, the site that I work for, but, like, one of our partner sites, like, definitely got a pitch that, like, for of an article, that was, like, AI generated.
Oh my
Um,
god.
yeah, so, like, it's, like, been in conversations that I've been having with, like, coworkers of mine of, like, how do, like, publications or, like, screenwriters, like, or TV writers, whatever, like, stay relevant when all this, like, technology is really trying to
Yeah.
replace everyone.
Yeah, I never in my wildest I never thought that was the direction it was going in.
No, me neither. I thought it was like, I don't know, like it felt, I thought it was like very like dystopian movie. Like they're gonna like, I don't know, like take over like our lives in some other way, or like policing, but not um screenwriting. Like that's so wild.
And look at what Sujay is saying. BuzzFeed laid off staff because listicles
Yeah.
can be written. Is it listicles can be written by
Yeah.
AI now? What is listicles?
A listicle is an article that's just kind of like top 10 whatever, and then it's just like a list of
Ooh.
like it was for like top 10 funniest moments in like the TV show Friends, like something like that, and then it's just listing those moments. So I that it's a bit very pretty basic article format, so I understand that AI, it makes sense that AI could quickly pick up on how to write that, but it's just not great.
It's not great. It's scary. And even with stand up, I think they're thinking of like
Ooh,
if you can like, have AI do the jokes and present a show. Like
yeah.
apparently there's like someone who made it look like they did a special and they're just in their like living room, but they make it
Oh my
look like
gosh.
from the lighting and the background and the laugh track that
Whoa.
they're performing in front of an audience and it looks like they're killing and they're
Ugh.
not.
Yeah, yeah. I hate that. It's really frustrating. Like it just like it takes the entire point out of it. Like the point of stand up, the point of like writing for television and movies and like music is that it's coming from a human place. And we're sharing thoughts and ideas to connect to other humans, and that it's being taken up by AI, and it's a concern that in the future this will be all AI generated is really disheartening.
It is it's scary. And
Yeah,
then we have DeSantis and his don't say gay and all this
yeah,
and talk about critical race theory, which is such a distraction before what is about to happen with AI. Like
yeah.
I saw a video, I put it in my story about this like grown ass white man standing over this child, a young black
Oh,
girl.
I saw that you shared that. Yeah,
Ooh. And I was like, I mean, my blood was boiling.
yeah.
You see the height difference and you see him yelling at what is a child and you just are reminded again that this argument is not about black children
Yeah.
ever or children of color or children with ethnic background ever. It's all about presenting information so that people don't know the truth.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
that's
sure.
it. Button it up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and like the thing that's like I think really frustrating is that like none of this, like 10, 20 years ago, it wasn't like racism or bigotry of any kind had like gone away. People were just being more like outwardly polite about it and then keeping it inside. But it is like still like disheartening that we're going back to a place of just like outright full hatred, yelling at black children. It's just really awful.
Yeah. I mean, that guy standing over the child here, I think I can share it from
Oh
my
yeah, you can.
story. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. I'm always like experimenting. Screen. Okay, there we go. Oh, before we go to the guy who's like the man who always likes to make it inappropriate. That's his thing. Let's see here if I can find it in my story. Let's see. I'm also dancing, so can you hear that?
I can't hear that.
Let's see. Let's see if I turn up. Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Okay. Of course, that'll be blocked for even that split second.
Yeah.
There's a child.
I mean, that it's did you see that? Could you see
Yeah.
us in that? Yeah, it's crazy. Like by the way, my my Amazon thing just kicked up as I was talking about AI.
Oh, I hate that.
Alexa, be quiet. Isn't that weird? Isn't that freaky?
It is really freaky.
Like I
They are
didn't ask for
listening.
her. And she
Yeah.
just came out. She was just like, "What you say about me?
She
What you
knew.
say?" That
Yeah.
was crazy. I just looked over and I saw her going,
I'm
"You
here.
don't want me to write an article? I will write an article about your ass." All right, here we go. We're going to bring on the man, the myth. I don't think there's a legend part to this.
No.
Hey, yo, guys.
Hello.
What's up with the glasses, Dave?
What glasses?
It's giving Blues Brothers.
You know what's hilarious is like I was in a boxing gym and this guy was boxing with his sunglasses on, the trainer, not with us,
Yeah.
but and my friend who I trained with, she was so annoyed by it. I was like, I didn't even notice it, but I guess that is kind of douchey.
It's way douchey. I got trouble with my eyelid. See?
Oh, who did you say and what did you say?
No, I have trouble with it all the time. I always get styes or whatever.
Around this time?
Oh, your sound just cut out, I think.
Your sound just cut out, Dave.
Oh, I moved the is
Oh,
it better
there we go.
now? Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry about
It
that.
was good that we didn't hear the explanation.
There was no explanation. I just get them all the time. I don't know why. My eyes are just prone to do that. I cry a lot or I laugh a lot and cry, so I think I'm always rubbing them.
Mm.
And I always
You
get like a
cry
sty.
a lot?
I do. Well, sometimes I mean I cry like when I'm watching a movie or something. You know?
That's like my niece would be mocking you. I told you about her doing that to me, right?
No.
My niece, I was watching remember I told you I was watching Peter Pan? Or not Peter Pan.
Because that's what I was just watching yesterday.
Is it Peter Pan? The one with the nose?
That's
Oh,
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Yeah,
You
Pinocchio.
saw
I
the
need to
Guillermo del
stop
Toro one?
smoking weed. I need to stop smoking. Yes, and remember I was telling you how it was sad, right?
Yeah.
And so like and you were like you told me that you said you don't know why they would, show that to kids. It's actually
Well, I
sad.
was just mad about the Geppetto thing, right?
I loved it, but I was watching it and I was
No, I
crying
wasn't
and
mad about his depiction. I'm talking
Oh.
about the original. Yeah, I loved Guillermo del Toro's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching it and I started bawling and my niece just leans in and looks at me. And that's it. And then like I swear to God, an hour later, I'm in the kitchen, she's in the living room. She leans over the couch and she just goes, "TT." And she goes,
Oh my God, that's so mean. Listen, I'm such a sucker. I cried. I was watching My Cousin Vinny yesterday, and I cry when he wins. And then Ralph Macchio gives him a hug. It works every time for me. The music, and he's so happy to get off. And I'm a fucking sucker. God damn it.
If you put like a little like red eyeshadow on like the other eye, it would just it would look like a choice.
Well, the worst part is I found these glasses somewhere. I don't even know where. They're prescription glasses, and I was using them yesterday going to but there's somebody else's prescription. So I keep bumping into stuff. It's awful. But it's just, it's better than looking at this.
You get an eye patch.
I thought about that.
Oh, hello, Stace. Stace is it okay for you? We're sick for a second. I don't want to say, but I hope you're feeling better from lands of and Pueblo. Okay. How are you, Stace? I just wanna
Santa
make
Fe
sure
is that
you're good.
stupid song in Newsies. Ugh.
I hope
Evelyn,
you're
how
feeling
come you're
better.
all blurry today? Like not blurry, but
Oh, just the light. I have a different lighting setup. It does look like a filter though, like
Yeah.
soft lighting.
well,
Yeah,
no,
she's in a different room too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you're in a different room. Are you in your house though, or your
Yeah,
parents'
this is my
house?
apartment. I'm just in my living room. Normally, I'm in like a bedroom office.
That's
space.
nice.
Yeah, it is.
This
nice.
is much better. I like it. Like when I'm at my mother's house.
Yeah, I might switch it up and come out here more often. I think I don't know, it's nice.
It is.
Oh
nice.
yeah, Stace is saying, yeah, she did have the COVID. So, Stace, was this your first time with COVID? I didn't ask you that before. And Bobby has had a rebound.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I never had the rebound. And when I took the Paxlovid, or however you say it, um, I was told by Juskow that I was going to rebound, but I never did. Remember that? I
Yep.
never did rebound.
It usually makes you rebound.
And they're saying that you should take it if you're over 50. They're
Yeah, I
recommending it.
heard that.
Unless you have like kidney issues or anything like that. You got to make sure.
That's for suckers, man.
Oh, man, Stace. I hope she's feeling better. So, and I still wear a mask everywhere. I'm having sinus issues too. I think it's the season, Juskow.
Yeah, the
Oh
changing
yeah,
weather.
yeah. I think that's why this maybe happened too.
Yeah. How are you feeling otherwise?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel fine. I mean, I just mentally I feel horrible, but otherwise I feel fine. I'm not in the mood to do anything or go out. I was supposed to see Sarah last night. Actually, we were supposed to see that play in Brooklyn.
What play?
It's such a long title. It's the one with Miss Maisel, and it's like 3 hours long. So
Oh, the
you know,
sign in Sydney Brunstein's window.
right. So she didn't want to go, and I was good with that too. And so we're gonna see each other tonight. But I swear, if I didn't have to leave the house, that would be terrific too. But she's in town, so not so often. So it's not like I don't want to see her, but I just don't want to go out.
Oh, I totally understand that. Like on Tuesday, we were supposed to all go to, of course, I know you'll love this story. We were supposed to go to the Rayos, you know.
With Lois?
Yeah, she's like, I need this person, I need this person. And then really didn't feel like going out. And I really didn't feel like having Italian food because I've been losing weight. And I was like, this is going to set me back. And then she called me. She goes, oh, Marina, I messed up. I go, what? She goes, it's for next week. It's not for tonight.
You're right. That would drive me crazy.
But I was happy because I didn't want to go out.
Right.
I knew I had to go somewhere, but I was like relieved because I could stay in. I just love staying in.
Yeah, I do
It's
too.
so
Especially when it's
wild.
raining and miserable. Like today is just such a bad day.
Yeah.
I had to go to Staten Island on Thursday,
Ooh.
do work for Irene's husband, and that
Oh,
was
what did you
annoying.
do?
Oh, I do it every year. I help him with his thing. I got to go to this bar, and I got a picture. I'll send it to you. It's really funny. I'll send it to you later. I mean now, but I got to get it off my phone.
Did he tell you that he talks to me about taxes?
No, but it makes sense. That's what he does. He gives.
I mean, not taxes, stocks.
Options.
Sorry.
Options. That's what he always
Options.
talks about.
Yeah, he
right?
does more options. I don't do options.
No, and now's a bad time to do that too.
Options?
Yeah.
I don't really understand options trade. I don't know that.
Yeah, they're hard to understand, but they are a good way to, I guess, make money, obviously, but they're hard to understand.
It's like gambling. It's like readjusting your portfolio by selling something so you could get some money back so you could buy more of like shares of something else.
Stocks is gambling. So
Yeah.
anybody that, when they make fun of me for having a gambling problem, I mean, if you're in the stock market, you're gambling too.
Not unless you know
It's
what you
all
do.
about maybe, but it is all about being a good, safe gambler.
It's hard to be safe. That's when the gambling does come in. Because
Right.
like I want to buy so many shares of like Tesla and
Corn.
stuff, but I'm not doing it.
Right.
Elizabeth wants to know who punched Dave this time. They're all going to
Nobody-
ask.
Nobody punched me today.
He cries. That's from crying.
I do.
Elizabeth, that's the signs of tears of joy. That's what you see in his eye. Nobody punched him, but we could only hope.
I do get punched a lot, so.
A scone injury. Ooh, somebody who pays
That's funny.
attention.
Exactly.
Here's
That's
your
funny.
scone.
Oh God.
I'm supposed not to curse on YouTube, I guess. I hear that like if you curse, they like block some things or something.
No.
Yeah.
They're weird rules. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They block stuff. This
never
week
heard
on
of
Friends Like Us, we talk all about dating, just so you know. It's like something I never do on my shows, talk about dating. I talk about a lot in my act, but I just find talking about dating to be so cliche. But she gave some really, her name is Franny, um, and she gave Francesca is her full name. She gave some really great advice about dating that I was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, one, I actually disagree. Of course, I'm going to disagree with it right off the bat, but like you have to ask fun questions when you go out on dating apps and stuff like that. Like, I had a guy who said he was a gamer, so I asked him, "Do you play on the console or are you a PC?" I thought that was a fun question. And she said it wasn't.
It's not.
Why is it not? I'm a
No, it's
gamer.
not a fun question, but it's a question.
I think it's like, I mean, it's always good if you're like talking to someone and you immediately have like a connected interest because you can kind of like that conversation will like go somewhere. I think like like I don't know, but like I think perhaps what Francesca was like saying is like you have to like I don't know to like spark some sort of like interesting conversation. Like you kind of have to ask like kind of out there, unique.
Like, would you like to be on a stranded island?
Yeah,
Would you take your family with you or leave them behind? Something like that.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never liked questions like that. So, like, if someone said I hate questions like that, I'm like, we have something in common.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like not everyone likes icebreakers. I tip like icebreaker questions. I tend to not like them either because it feels very like I don't know, like college to me.
Yeah.
Like meeting, your freshman year roommate and asking those kind of questions to like get to know someone better. Yeah, I tend to like to go to the route of like trying to see if we have anything like immediately in common and then like asking questions and digging into that as opposed to kind of going more random.
Yeah. That's why he said he was a gamer. I was like, PC. Listen, if you're a gamer, you know the importance of that answer.
True.
PC, if you're a PC gamer, that means you're for real, which I am a PC gamer. Like where I am right now is where I play my video games. I just got off Fortnite. I was third.
Wow.
I almost took this girl out, but then she found my hiding spot. I'm so upset about it. Um,
Yeah.
they have a new map on Fortnite. They upgrade it all the time, so it's a lot of fun. Sarah plays like video games too.
That's how she met Rory.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See,
But they didn't meet through the industry?
Nope.
That's funny.
that's funny because I thought they did. I didn't know they met through playing Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Because during COVID, she was playing at like 6:15, like online with like that was what one of the things she was doing, and I don't know. I guess he jumped in somehow. Wow.
Ooh, Stace says, great point, Evelyn. I have social anxiety and struggle to figure out the best way to connect with folks, but I don't want to seem too formulaic and robotic. Yeah, me either.
Yeah, like that those kinds of questions can like at least for me, they oftentimes come off like a little forced.
Yeah,
And like I do think like they can, start like good conversations. It's not my preference.
me either. But she has a lot of good advice. It's like she's great. Wait, I didn't like this. I will share in a second, Juskow. Here, talk about your class. How's your class?
It's over.
What? Oh, that's why you're down because your class is
I
is
am upset about it. I don't mind telling you.
Is it like is there semester over or was it
Yeah,
just like a half?
my class was half a semester.
Oh, got it.
So, in fact, I just got in trouble because I hadn't put my grades in yet. Because the guy that I go through told me, he's like, "Oh, you got time," and then somebody sent a nasty message. Professor Juskow, your grades have not been. They're 2 days late. But I will tell you, and I guess we weren't on last week, huh?
no, because I was in North Carolina
Right.
opening for
Who?
Sarah.
Oh, she's good. Yeah, it was fantastic. The last day was really great. I had everybody read their final exams, and then it was already time to go, and then everybody stayed an extra like 45 minutes, like just to
That's
talk and
nice.
hang out. It was really, really nice. Nobody wanted to leave. Made me very happy. They didn't want the class to end. Never heard of such a thing.
Aw, did you do
And
like a dance party or something?
no, they're children.
Yeah,
And
that's what you do with kids.
and 3 of them already signed up for next semester's class. So
Oh,
the other ones are graduating. So it was very nice.
that's a good retention. You kept their
I guess so.
that's the right word.
Yeah, and I
Look,
love it. I mean, I
Heck Tech
really.
is paying attention to our backgrounds. She noticed she
It
likes your
is,
background.
yeah. I'm in my living room.
This may be the go-to.
It might be. It is a nice background. I have done no interior decoration here. It's all my girlfriend.
It is nice. Now I am gonna share. I will say, performing in North Carolina was amazing. I had the most fun ever working with Sarah. The audiences in North Carolina are hungry for comedy in a way that I don't see in New York. No slight to New York, but maybe a little bit. I think the comedy is oversaturated here and we take it for granted. So when you go somewhere like Charlotte and Durham, they just seem to be so like appreciative of like what you're doing for them. They're like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Yeah."
Right.
So this is on this week's Friends Like Us. You can't hear it yet, but here she is.
Thing, right? But I have enough evidence now that that doesn't work. So let me try giving myself some of the love that I want to receive from other people and see how that goes, right? And so if you think about what is loving behavior is not telling yourself that you're an idiot. Loving behavior is saying, I feel like an idiot, but I also know that I'm doing the best that I can and I want to be kind to myself. I'm choosing to be kind to myself, right? So number one, self-compassion. Most important thing, just the kindness, paying attention to that voice in your head that's saying, I'm an idiot. What's wrong with me? I'm da-da-da. Why have I done this? All of that, just starting to pay attention and to interrupt that voice, right?
I don't know what she's talking about, but it's such a crystal clear quality. As she's got an amazing setup and her speaking voice is so good. She doesn't even sound black. I thought you'd cut me off. So no, but her quality and her speaking voice is so good.
You were begging for me to cut you off on that, weren't you?
I assumed it.
I'm gonna let you sit in it. Just sit in it.
But no, she sounds so she really talks, but her equipment is so good. I love good, podcasting like you always have. You just want it to sound crystal clear and beautiful. I love that. She's got a good setup there and she sounds so good and well spoken.
Well, Stace liked what she had to say. Stace says, excellent advice. We should speak to ourselves as we would to
I don't know what
friend.
she was talking about. I got lost.
It's this. You just have to say nice things. You used to call yourself a dummy all the time, Juskow.
I do. I am.
Right.
Stupid.
And see? And look at your eye. This is manifestation. That eye is manifestation of some shit you said to yourself.
You're gonna make me cry because I'm laughing.
Yes, but that
I
is
feel like
what
I just had Botox.
It's just like, a lot of times we walk out of situations, dating situations, and we beat ourselves up. A lot of times we're like, oh my God, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I'm so stupid. I'm an idiot. I should have never have fallen for this. And what she's saying is be nice to yourself. Be gentle to yourself so you can move on.
I wish I could
to
do that.
someone that you actually deserve to be with and they want to be with you.
Oh, she's talking about dating advice.
Yes.
But it's also still good advice to, to talk to yourself nicely.
Yeah, stop saying you're a moron to yourself. I mean, we do it enough here.
That's our job.
It's true, Hectech.
Ooh, Hectic. Coming in strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what she said, and it's a really great episode with her talking to Jenny, who is Saldana, who is also on the podcast, who has a one-woman show where she talks about all the different.
What an idiot! That show is at 3:00 on a Sunday. I can't make it to that.
Were you supposed to go to it?
Well, first of all, she had it during football season at the beginning, but yeah, I was going to go.
It was fun.
I can't go to a show like that during football season. I know it's not football season now, but I think it's over.
she journaled all
Had it
those
in
internet
January.
dates. That I mean, I could if I told, like I was
I would have
supposed to
gone to
tell.
support her. I'm
Yeah.
not going at 3:00 on a Sunday. Sheba made me do that once for her stupid show, the musical about her father impregnating her.
Do you regret anyone that you've dated?
Me?
Well, this is to Evelyn as well.
Evelyn's
Oh,
too young. She doesn't understand. That's what she doesn't have any examples.
I
She's too
mean,
young.
I don't have like a ton of regrets about people I've dated, to be honest. Like they're only I also like have only like had like a few people that were like long-term like situations.
Yeah, she seems like she's a long-term person. Evelyn's a
Yeah.
relationship person.
Yeah, a serial monogamist.
Yeah,
um
that's the word I was looking for.
I do
yeah.
long too with very bad choices.
I've made bad choices, but I don't regret them. Every choice is awesome, like in the sense of great stories. I've written everyone down, and every woman I've been with tells us a story, in the sense of just whether they're crazy or awesome. If I just absolutely adored them, it's great. There's not one bad choice, I don't think. I mean, I have the book right here. I could take a quick look.
I have one that I just say I should not have done that. And that's because he was too young.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
silly. He doesn't feel that way. Why would you? He's like, yeah, yeah. Older woman.
You want to hear something?
I mean, was he under 18?
No,
Then
no,
there's
no,
no issue.
no,
What's the
no.
matter? Why do
Boys,
you feel that way? I would
because
say that would be.
boys mature differently, and he was under 24, which means his brain wasn't yet fully evolved.
But that's okay. I mean, it's not a bad choice.
No, there was like he was still talking about high school like it was yesterday. That's a problem for
But that's
me.
hilarious. I mean, that's just,
It
it's
is
not a
funny.
bad choice. It's just part of the fun of why, thank God you have a podcast so you can tell these kind of stories. That's the way I look at it at this point.
Yes.
Now thank God I was telling my students this the last day. I said, it is extremely important. The one piece of advice I can give you is to do stuff, go out and do shit, because years later, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm glad I did this, because they want to be writers. So I said, the problem with Hollywood a lot is they come from Harvard and Yale and they go right into the television business. They don't experience anything. If they're talking about, oh, we got crazy in college, that doesn't count. And I told them to meet and go out and, talk to regular people, police officers, mailmen, like just normal people. We only talk to comics sometimes. I mean, I live in a completely different world than everybody, but that's what I'm trying to tell these kids. Don't stick to your clique. It's fine to have a clique,
Ooh,
but
I thought you said
also,
something else. Don't stick to your clit. I was like,
no,
easy.
no, because you know how things are clicky. Comedian being a comic is a very clicky
Yes.
situation. Theater person, because you've been in both, Marina.
Yeah.
And you gotta just expand.
That's why I always tell Keith Robinson I can't keep hanging out at the olive tree. I want to do other things.
That's right. And we know so many people that know no one else except other comics, and you can't even blame them. I mean, Sarah once said to me, I don't want to hang out with anybody that's not a comic. You can't blame her because other people don't get it. If she says the C word floating it around or something like that, and you're at my job, people aren't going to get the comedy of how she's putting it.
Yeah, we have to stifle ourselves around civilians.
And around civilians, exactly word that Esty uses all the time. So she doesn't want to be stifled. And can you blame her? Why should she at this point? But me, I interact with crazy, weird, normal people all the time, as I just did on Thursday. I just sent you that picture. But I was at a bar in Staten Island, which I guarantee none of the people we know go to. And I'll tell you this. I saw in the bathroom over the urinal that night I was there was ladies' night. There wasn't one lady in that bar. Yeah, there it is. Trying to do the books.
Oh my God.
And that is not a depiction of how disgusting and gross that bar is.
Ugh.
It really
awful. Bugs me how studious you're trying to look here.
Well, that's the gag, it's totally
I mean,
You
look at
know,
that.
it's a money making scam, for the NCAA tournament that I'm trying to make a spreadsheet for. I'm the accountant in the Untouchables, like
Oh, that's
I'm
hilarious.
the one they're going to come after when everybody else is dead. They're going to have to try and keep me alive.
Speaking of coming after, boy, what is going on with Trump? Like, he has lost his mind. He's
And you know what the worst? I went by and I got pictures of I went by the courthouse every day.
of
this
the
week.
the three old people standing outside protesting.
I didn't see anybody protesting. It was all news people. So the fact of the matter is, first of all, I don't know. This guy made it up. I don't think anybody was going to arrest him. I think he made it up, which is goddamn brilliant. The fact that the news is falling for it is exhibit A, bad. And number two, if they were going to arrest him, don't. You're just stirring the pot. Like, just leave him alone.
I say take his ass to jail. Like, because he
That'll
is
be
not
a
above
big
the law.
mistake. That'll be such a mistake.
I don't
It'll-
think so.
I don't
It'll be
think
like
so. I
another
think
January 6th. It'll be bad.
I don't think so.
I think
They say
people
just
are
keep his
We're
name out of
already
the
in it.
news.
We are already in it. It
And I
is a
think-
civil war going on right now.
Stace?
and I think also people are like, he doesn't have the same base he did, like even 2-3 years ago. Like,
You don't think
I think
so?
people
I
are,
get worried
yeah,
that he
people are.
does.
I mean, they're the same, but they're jumping to Ron DeSantis.
They're jumping to run.
And-
I've speaking to Steve, by the way, who was like a Trump. Like, I talked to Steve. It's amazing that I'm able to talk to people who admit to voting for that man once, and I'm like, 2 years ago, I couldn't even tolerate looking at people like that. But I have to understand where they're coming from so I can understand what I'm up against when I walk down the street. But he was saying that a lot of his Trump buddies are like leaving Trump and they are going to DeSantis because it's just too much. They just don't want the drama anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news. I mean, I was hoping that was the case, but then it's like, that's why I guess he's trying to stir up like, oh, I'm going to get arrested. But like, he just made it up. I mean, it's kind of brilliant.
I mean, I think it will happen eventually. Like they're still considering the indictment. But I think he just wanted to get ahead of the news cycle.
Every news media person was outside that courthouse on Tuesday and Wednesday. I walked by it every day. Monday and Wednesday. I walked by it both days, and they were all gathered around for a block.
Has said it best. We cannot afford to let fear about arresting powerful people accused of crime stop us from pursuing accountability.
Well, she's right about that. She's absolutely right. It's just like, I would just let this one go because it's not bad enough.
You can't let it go.
Pot.
I'm
done with the Stormy Daniels thing already. If you wanted to do it before.
It's so many things he's done.
Well, I mean, it's like the whole thing. Like, people are comparing it to like getting Al Capone on like tax evasion. Like, this is the one thing that they're able to make it stick.
Oh, that
so they're trying to use it as a way to get justice for all the other things he's done.
That adds up. The Al Capone thing is a good example.
And they sent the prosecutor white powder substance in the mail. Here's my joke though. What if they just were like, they knew he was a house head and they were like, oh, we want you to like throw some powder on the floor. No, I'm joking. Okay, I went too far. They're like, we just know you gotta, we know you like to dance, bro.
We're not worried that he's gonna win again or anything, right?
No.
I'm more worried about Ron DeSantis.
I'm more worried about Ron DeSantis, and I'm more worried about people like who think that he's not as bad as Trump, which I've had conversations with people who go, well, Trump has no guardrails and Ron DeSantis at least has guardrails. And I'm like, no,
I mean, in terms of like legislation, Ron DeSantis has already like started doing things in Florida that Trump only ever talked about. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
Well, at least he's a real politician. It's not like Trump was just a mess.
So now I want to go. Sorry. My family meeting Sarah on the road. So this was fun. Of course, Juskow said he's glad he missed it. but here are my Jewish cousins
Oh.
and Sarah, and also my black cousins. Let me shout them out too. Hi.
That's so great.
But the two in the middle between my mom and I, and the
Mhm.
Where's your
young
mom?
man. My mom is on the left facing the screen, I guess. The black
Oh,
woman.
next to the white guy and the
Yeah.
last thing. Okay,
With
that's
the
your mom.
thumbs up.
She's so cute.
See her thumbs up.
Yeah, that's cool.
My sister's about to walk through the door, just as a warning in my background. And then
She's in
above
town
me,
again.
yeah, she's in
She
town
didn't
to do
call me.
photos. She
That's
just
weird.
randomly was like, I'm coming. And then above me is my cousin, also. He's Jewish and Mexican. And he is the one who found out about Anne Frank's diary, the actor that's in it, or actress. It was funny because Sarah was like, "Oh, Marina didn't say it right. She said that she had a family member mentioned in Anne Frank's diary," which is really funny.
That is funny.
So, hello.
That's such a nice picture.
They could see you on screen. Everyone can see you. You just do this. Juskow's upset that you didn't tell him you were coming to town.
What'd she say?
She's like, she didn't know either.
I ain't gonna call that fool.
She doesn't talk like that.
I want her to.
Oh, an R could win. What's an R? An R could win and get the federal investigations. That's why the state ones are important.
Oh, Republican.
Oh.
Got federal investigations. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm having a hot flash right now. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Well,
Oh.
let your sister take over for a little bit.
You want to take over, Ashley, while I have a hot flash?
No.
Take your shoes off.
She
Where's
sure
your
she doesn't
mask?
want to? She doesn't want to stay with me.
Did you wear it in the hallway? In the car?
She wasn't wearing it in the hallway.
She wasn't wearing it in the hallway, was she?
She was not. She came right in without that mask.
You're sowing seeds of discontent,
I can't
Jessica.
help myself.
So anyway, yes.
You can tell her she can stay with me. No masks. In fact, I'm going to demand that the mask.
She has to worry about her eye.
My eye.
Her
is not-
eye. I don't know if that's contagious.
It's not contagious. I went to the doctor yesterday. He said it. First thing I asked, because I'm seeing Billy Joel tomorrow at the
Oh,
Garden.
we were talking about him before you joined us.
Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been listening to him a lot for some reason, and I don't know why. And then someone said it's because it's the Juskow influence.
Yeah, me and Alana are going tomorrow at the Garden. So I was like worried that I couldn't, go. I didn't want to. I thought maybe it was pink eye, but it is not. It is just a me thing, and it's not going to affect anybody.
But people are going to be, excuse me. I'm not sick or anything.
That's a hot flash and a sneeze. This is not good.
My sinuses. So, but the thing is people are going to be looking at you like crazy, right?
I'm going to be wearing these glasses.
Can you wear them legally inside the Garden?
I think so.
But they're going to think you're a douchebag.
I know. I'm going to wear these instead.
Now you look like you.
I think the other ones fit are more Billy Joel style.
Hey, Marina, I just want to tell you, make sure you tell your sister she's more than welcome to stay here.
Okay, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Oh, I appreciate
Yeah, more
that.
douchey.
Yeah.
Definitely more. That was pretty damn good.
Well, it's a little bit douchey, but douchey's my middle name. So need one more guy and we can watch the World Series together.
You know what? I was thinking you look like Nicolas Cage in one of those awful movies where he's playing he's chasing a demon.
Oh, that's because, wait, let me see if I can get it. I am Dracula. It's my new movie. It's called Renfield. I think you're going to like it. Count Dracula. Did you hear the accent that I was doing Dracula? Yeah.
You know what? His career
It's so
is
weird.
the funniest evolution I've
strange.
ever seen of any actor.
It's true.
I mean, he lost so much money and then made all these horrible films, right, to make back his money.
Yeah.
Including a film about himself, which is so funny. But yeah, he's in the new movie called Renfield where he plays Dracula.
Yeah, I saw that.
Looks awful.
It looks horrible. It looks so bad, and he looks like he knows.
He has to know.
I don't know. He's a very strange dude. Very strange. It's hard to say if he knows or not. You know, he fucked over Chris Rock too.
Did
a lot
he?
of people forget about this. It's really like not in the Chappelle kind of way, but in a different way. Chris Rock was on Howard Stern, and Nicolas Cage just did a Bob Hope walk-on one day. And, you know, everybody got excited that Nicolas Cage was there, and Chris Rock just felt like an idiot. Like, you know, they're like, I just assume this is the best way to come in, Howard. You know, like what? And Chris Rock was just in there. No, I don't mind, but he totally minded. It was really embarrassing.
Well,
like apparently that's what Chris Rock is there for. To
be. I don't know if you guys. I was told to watch Marlon Wayans Jr.'s. Am I saying it right? Yeah, Marlon Wayans Jr.'s comedy special on HBO Max.
I've heard good things. I
actually liked it.
Oh wow! Okay.
And previous, they said it was. I couldn't watch it because everyone said the other ones were trash. But he talks about the slap probably for too long of an hour because it's like, come on, get to yourself. But I actually really liked his way of going about it because he says that he thinks that the slap had nothing to do with Jada, had nothing to do with Chris Rock, had everything to do with him and how God loves him because Chris Rock bullied him when he was young.
What? Chris Rock bullied Will Smith when he was young?
No.
Marlon.
Damon.
What?
Which one is it? Marlon Wayans Jr. Marlon.
Oh, you're saying it had everything to do with Marlon Wayans because Chris Rock bullied him when he was young.
Right.
I don't
and he also had a crush on Jada.
Him.
And so he talked about how Chris Rock took his girlfriend.
And this guy
how
got
he took
paid
a
to
role.
do a special? What the?
Well, he took a role from him. I'm gonna get you, sucker. There's like a scene, or where Chris Rock is like, I just want the wing. Can I just get the piece of wing, the chicken wing, and whatever? That was a famous scene where Chris Rock is like, how much for just the thigh?
That's the Keenan Ivory Wayans movie, right? That was really good. I'm gonna get you, sucker, from like the 80s.
Yeah. So he lost out to Chris Rock.
Oh.
And then he talks about there was a girl that he was in love with, and he lost out again to Chris Rock.
So he's basically just saying, I'm glad Will Smith gave him a slap. It's something I've always wanted to do.
He didn't say it like that, but yes, he's saying it like these are all.
Funny,
but he also listen to what I'm saying. It's the full context of it that's really important, which is how what I've been saying on stage lately. Is like you could say inappropriate things, but if you wrap it around in such a way that the context of it, you can't pull it out because it makes sense within all of it. And he goes, Chris Rock to me is like my brother. He's so brilliant, but he did all these things. I'm just saying that when that slap happened at this time, I was like, ugh. And then he also talks about Jada Pinkett and how he had a crush on her and how she asked him to come over and Will was there, and it was like he obviously was never going to have Jada. So he presents this whole thing, but then he wraps it all up into this one sentence that kind of sums up why he's saying all of this. He's never found anyone in his life, and he's in his 50s. And he also found that the devastation of watching that slap was really about how important it is for the Black community to see Black love, Black families. Remember, Juskow, we were talking about where's that baby's daddy, all that stuff, right? Well, that's why it's so profound that you don't want to see the sort of like the separation of a Black couple in public. especially in front of
Mhm.
white people, because of all the historicals relevance of what happened to black families.
You know, it's funny. I'm the most racist person probably,
Yes.
and I didn't once think of any of that as a black thing. It never entered my mind until you just mentioned it. Really, that Chris Rock and Will Smith or Jada was a black thing. I never thought about it. Like I don't know why. I just those. I
That's
don't.
why it
I
was
just
so good of a special, because he puts it into that lens. And then he also says that Will Smith was for white people. White people were like, we didn't know Will was even black.
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it worked for me. I loved him. I wouldn't. It really doesn't matter. But I guess there's times I say to myself, but I like Will Smith and Eddie Murphy. I mean, I definitely have said those kind of things sometimes to myself. I'm like, see, I like black people or
Well,
black
that's the
actors or
thing, is
whatever. I
like
mean,
some
there is a thing because you hear it so much, like, oh, you don't, this or that, and so, but yeah, and I like Jay, and I find Jada attractive. I don't. These are all very, I suppose, racist statements, I guess, but
well, it elevates a very cultural, like, I got into an argument with someone who's like, why is he talking about Chris Rock? Why was he talking about himself? Why did he put it out before Chris Rock's special? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are we not talking about what's going on in the culture anymore? Like, we talked about Cosby for a while. We talk about Bill. Are we not supposed to talk about Bill Clinton and his romp? I mean, like, we talk about things as comics. This is a cultural moment for us. And so the way he puts it into that lens, I really liked it, because it was the conversation that is moving forward, which I don't, my own personal opinion, I don't think Chris had the conversation that we're all talking about right now. We've moved past a certain way of talking about black people in front of white people, in front of television, in that lens. And I just thought he did a great job with it. And in a perspective that I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This is why it meant so much. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish Chris Rock would have spoken more about it. I didn't like only the last 10 to 15 minutes. I could have gone an hour of listening to something like that and putting it more into perspective, like you're saying.
that's why I was like, this was, and it was vulnerable too at the same time. And he gives compliments along the way. Now, some of his jokes are very, it could be better, but it's still like the lens, like I say, it's just really like, oh yeah, that's right. It is like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett was that black couple for us. Denzel Washington and his wife is that black couple for us. It's very
Wait, who's
important.
Denzel Washington's wife?
Oh, I don't know her name, but we know they've been together forever.
Well,
And
I didn't know
whenever,
that. I only knew about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
yeah, I think successful
Yeah, I never
relationships
even
in
thought about
general.
it. I just thought of them as husband and wife and being married. I never thought about the successful black couple. I mean, it's kind of interesting when you're saying it like that. I didn't think of it that way.
And what Will Smith represented, as far as he was the only black man that Hollywood let save the world.
Is that
That's
true?
such
Is
a
that what
great
Marlon says?
point. Yes.
Oh, that's funny. And I bought into it every day. I mean, that movie is unbelievable. Twice.
Juskow is proving my point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was all in. I thought he was the greatest.
He said they wouldn't have let Eddie Murphy with those big nostrils save the world. It
I
is
mean, that
like,
Independence Day is one of the greatest films. Men in Black is, I mean, he was funny and he was good when he wasn't funny. He was even good in like 6 Degrees of Separation. He was good. I was rooting for him all the time. I hate that this happened and that now everything is tainted with him. What a piece of shit.
right. Heck Tech, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Another, yeah. We
And then they
root for them as a powerful black couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then it's funny. I forgot about it until Jimmy Kimmel mentioned it. And then they gave him an Oscar after that happened. Man, that is way uncool. There should be some sort of.
But they've done that before, I believe. Wasn't it like in Hollywood where there's been awkward moments, and
Yeah.
I mean, they pay for that Oscar. What you gonna give them money? They want that money.
Yeah.
How much is that Oscar?
That's a good question. People have pawned it before, so I don't know.
They have?
Yeah. I don't know who though.
Oprah and her boyfriend.
That's
No,
a-
we want Stedman. We want it to happen for Stedman, but I don't think it ever did. But thank you, Heck Tech. Yes. So I have one more show or two more shows with Sarah. I have one tomorrow and
texting
Montclair.
her
It's
right
sold
now.
out, and then Tuesday in Boston with.
Oh, I thought that was last week. That's this
No,
Tuesday,
that's
huh?
this
Mhm.
Tuesday. So I have to say in the Beacon Theater, these are all like amazing shows. I think this is a really good time, Evelyn, to go into our reviews while Juskow was rudely texting.
I'm texting
Yeah,
Sarah because I gotta
absolutely.
leave and meet her.
Yeah, so this first review comes from Twitter. It was in response to a tweet posted about this week's episode from Lauren M. Welsh, who said, "Such a helpful episode. Love the vulnerability. I was skeptical at first, but Francesca really does help people reframe what and how they are looking for love," which I thought was great. And then we got this fantastic and really quite long review on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, really? Is
Um,
new?
It's new and it's very
Ooh,
long.
let's go
Let me
for
see.
it.
Yeah,
It's long too?
yeah, it's like paragraphs.
Oh my god. How long is it?
It's like, yeah, it's like 3 kind of long paragraphs. Sorry, I screenshotted it, but I didn't get the person's like handle in it. So let me just quick go on the Apple Podcast app so I can credit them for their lovely review. Okay, this comes
Oh, Sujay
from.
says that's me. Sorry, I write a long review.
Oh,
Oh, was that
that's
you, Sujay?
great. Yeah, it's from Indophile NYC, 5 stars. From the moment you hit play on Friends Like Us, you're transported into a world of laughter, insight, and connection. Marina Franklin, the brilliant comedian and host, brings together a diverse and talented group of people each week to discuss everything from current events to pop culture to personal stories. What sets Friends Like Us apart from other podcasts is the depth of conversation and sense of community it fosters. Marina has a gift for bringing out the best in her guests, and the result is a series of hilarious and thought provoking conversations. Whether they're sharing their experiences or riffing on the latest news, the guests of Friends Like Us are always engaging and entertaining. Marina and her guests come from all walks of life, and their perspectives are shaped by their unique backgrounds and experiences. This diversity of thought makes for some genuinely eye-opening discussions and is a testament to Marina's skill as a host that she's able to navigate these conversations with such critical awareness and profound grace.
Oh.
Pro tip, listen to her fantastic YouTube live events and engage with the lovely co-hosts she has each week.
Which is Juskow. I don't know, you want to call him lovely.
Yeah.
We've never described Juskow as lovely.
No.
Because you guys are awful to me.
Why are you showing us the bottom of your shoe?
Because Sarah's watching and I told her I was tying my shoes.
She's watching the right here?
Yeah.
Sarah! Oh my god. Oh yeah, Juskow, Sujay is saying, I forgot about Juskow when I wrote that.
Son of a.
I'll take the compliment for myself.
I'm about to end in about like 5 minutes.
What?
Where's your mask?
Oh, actually.
You see how she's trying to run from me when I
Yeah,
ask
I
her that
do.
question? Yeah. Look at it. She just there's nowhere to go. There's a studio. That's just the bathroom. It's not like another room. That eye, I think Evelyn is right. That eye, if you want to match it with a nice eyeshadow, I
do a
think that would
nice.
be.
I don't have any eyeshadow.
You could go to like a Sephora or an Ulta. Just pick some.
I am not going to do that. People already think I'm gay as it is. I don't need to do it anymore.
Look, Sarah's going, yo, yo! Oh, we should have had Sarah join us here. But then you're about to meet her, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Let's find out exactly so everyone online.
Wait a minute. I almost fell for
that. Yeah, so that is a really nice review, Sujay. Thank you so much for saying that about the podcast.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
really
Sujay.
appreciate it. The next week we have actually, we have coming up. We have Christina Hutchinson from The Guys We
Oh, right.
Ooh.
and she's on, and she gave us a compliment too. She was like, I actually had more fun than I've had in a long time
I actually.
going on podcasts.
That's some puss.
What is
She's
this
so angry.
walk you're doing in the background? They could see you doing the slow walk.
Yeah. And that face. What's
You wanna
going on
lean
here?
in? Here, come on. You can lean in. You need. Oh, you want the medicines because she wants the Tylenol.
The temperature out there.
That's
the
all you
rain.
wanted. Everyone has seen you. Oh my God. So yes. So anyway, I'm out of conversation. Let's be honest, folks. I think we've done it all. We talked today about AI and how it's going to be taking over scripts. You know that?
Yeah.
Jessica, it's going to be writing scripts. It's going to be telling jokes pretty soon.
Yeah. I'm glad we're old. It's over for us. Evelyn's got to deal with that.
Yep.
Good
Unfortunately.
luck.
Jersey.
Good luck competing. Yeah. Montclair.
Montclair. Are you going to that show, Jessica?
No, I'm going to Billy Joel.
How dare you?
I've had these tickets for 4 months. I didn't know about the show.
How many times have you seen Billy
Unacceptable.
Joel?
Well, I suppose if you guys needed a host, I probably would have canceled Billy Joel.
You know, I have a way of dealing with him, Sarah, that is really it's too late because now but I could have just given you the boot like this. See, it
It's-
really works wonders.
great.
But yes, we are in Montclair, New Jersey tomorrow.
The great
And then
venue.
Boston on Tuesday. I'm doing a show, and that's my last one. And I have to say, I've had so much fun. Oh my God. I went back to the cellar last night and I was I actually had fun. Like sometimes you're in too much of the same spot and you just gotta branch out. You gotta go to different locations. And
Mm.
my mom really enjoyed the show. It's always fun to have my mom in the audience. That was like a treat.
That's awesome.
So Sujay Pandit did not use Chat GPT for his review. Oh, Chat GBT gets its intelligence from. Oh, that's so
Marina, I
cute.
can't. That's more like.
Aw,
And
I loved your mom. Yeah, let me show the picture again.
no,
Yeah, of Sarah meeting my mom.
this is your mom. The
just
thumbs
the
up.
best.
It's a good photo.
You guys talk while I'm doing this.
But
Jessica,
I would
this is
be-
the least you've spoken, and it's very weird.
It's
I don't know.
disconcerting.
It's the weather. Gotta
Is
be
that
down.
the weather makes you stop talking?
Kind of.
Wow, we should get this weather going more often then. On other days when I don't need it.
Oh, that's new. You didn't show that one before. Is
I'm
that a
showing
video
it-
game behind?
I'm showing it now. The video game is not the focus.
Hey, Sarah certainly is pretty.
Yeah, is it?
Look,
Look at her.
Sherrod
She's-
Small even correspond. How do you like that?
Look at her meeting my mom. Isn't that so sweet?
That was lovely.
And
Your
that
mom looks so
dude-
young.
Yeah, it's genetics. We got that. She's in her 70s.
And wait, who's that guy? Her boyfriend?
That's my Jewish cousin's husband.
Jewish cousin's
Hmm.
husband. Okay.
Yes.
Jewish
Yes.
cousin's husband. Jesus Christ. You listen to
Oh,
this thing?
Sarah, you look adorable.
What are you talking about? No, I thought the exact opposite.
Looks so cute there.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's the first thing I said.
Yeah, no, you look great. And then Stacey's saying, break a leg tomorrow to both of us, and how she wishes she were local. So I think the
I wish
tickets
she
are
was
all
local
sold out.
too. She's a fun time. Her and her
So-
lady. Her and her
Oh,
lady friend.
Stace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish there. When are you making another trip out to New York City? Let us know.
I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with Juskow again? Am I right, Stace?
So, Evelyn, is there anything you've ever wanted to tell Sarah? Now's the time. Anything?
That's
tell
so
her
much
where you
fun
tell
for
her
her.
where you're writing.
Tell her about your
Oh.
Judaism.
Yeah, I'm a staff writer for Hey Alma. Oh, associate editor at Hey Alma and writer for Kveller. yeah, so I cover Jewish comics and things like that quite often. I wrote a lot about History of the World Part 2, which you were great in. So
Yeah, you got shy there. I saw it. Hey, girl.
a lot of pressure.
Well,
It's nice.
just
I
so you
like
know,
that.
if you didn't get to see Sarah, she is preparing for her special, which will be out soon. So pay attention, pay close attention, so you get to watch her special on TV. All right, we're gonna get out of here. This was good. It's a rainy day, but it doesn't have to be a gloomy day because rainy days like this make Juskow close his trap. So think of
You
it that
listen to
way.
me and you listen good. Don't make me do this again. Now, look, Marina, I've had just about enough out of you. I think we got to close this down. You know what I really hate about this podcast? I got nothing. I love doing this podcast every week. I even miss a Lakers game once in a while to do it. How about that?
Evelyn, tell our watchers where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter at Evelyn G. Frick. At least for now, Elon's taking away the verified symbol on April 1st. So we'll see what reporting news on
right.
Twitter is like now. But yeah, and then you can keep up on my website, evelynfrick.com. Yeah, you can find all my writing on there. Today, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw Kanye West posted to Instagram, says he likes Jews again. So I'll
I
probably
saw that
be.
today.
He
I
says he
did see
watched
that.
21 Jump Street and
Jonah Hill got him. Yeah, he convinced
makes
him.
him like Jews again. So I'll probably be writing about that this week.
Yay!
Is that why
Yeah.
Michael Chase said the pressure for Jonah Hill to maintain funny?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I will likely be writing about that this week. So if you want to see what I have, follow me on Twitter or my website.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Evelyn. And Jack Nicholson, you got something to say? Where
Well,
can they
I don't
find
have
you?
that much going on, but Tuesday.
It only works with the glasses.
Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
right. Tuesday, the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. I have my this new comic I just met last week. She's coming on. She's it's younger than Evelyn. Just came to town. I thought it would be funny to interview somebody who's coming to a budding comic. But doesn't matter. Tuesday show is always awesome. Thanks to some of you in the chat room who watch every week. And that's about it. And go see Marina and Sarah on Sunday and Tuesday.
Yes. Go to my website, marinayfranklin.com. Also, the reason we do this, most important, is so that you listen to friends like us. Friends like us, if you didn't know, if you're just joining us for the first time, it's my podcast. This is promoting the podcast. The podcast itself is on the link tree that's scrolling beneath. You could see it right here. It's on Apple Podcast. It's on Spotify. We feature women of color talking about topics every once in a while. Once a month, we do have a white.
Huh?
It's like our period. It's just our monthly. And that's Christina Hutchinson. She'll be on. She'll be our white for the month. She'll be representing for it is Women's Month. So we talk about, how she's so comfortable talking about sex and how I'm not so comfortable talking about sex and all the things and how Noam paid for a guy for her to sleep with. And Noam has never done that for me. So if you want to hear more about that story, go to Friends Like Us and listen to it now. And the current episode right now is all about that dating advice. I'm on Silver Singles and I'm about to get off.
You are?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, duh.
But I'm trying. Anyway, you guys have been lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us. Absolutely. And make sure you wash your hands. You still wear a mask if you want to. And don't forget, Black Lives Matter.
Bye, everybody. Nice to see everybody.
Bye.